Right, something different today. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, Bobby. I got bought this like a year ago for my birthday and just never opened it and never did it. It's one of those things that if I don't buy the Lego myself, I'm probably not going to do it. Unless it's one that I specifically say I want. And this wasn't one of them. But I got it anyway. I like F1, don't get me wrong. And this is very cool. I just haven't got around to opening it and doing it. And as it is a pretty lazy Sunday, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Another wheel. Well, that's going off the end of the table. Mini stickers, big book, wheel. Boggles, wasn't it? Oh shit, where's that gone? How the fuck have I just lost that? It just fell off the end of the table. Now, where has that actually gone? That part disappeared. How? How? There it is. Crisis averted. Instruction manual. 15 wins and 16 races, 15 pole positions, and leading in 1,003 out of 1,031 laps in the 1988 Formula One season. McLaren MP4-4 made history as the most successful F1 car at the time. To this day, it remains one of the most legendary racing cars of the 20th century, a collaborative design by McLaren and Honda. The MP4-4 was famously driven by two of the world's most talented drivers at the time, Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. The two competed fiercely in every race, which resulted in thrilling spectacles for F1 fans that did. If you ever watched the Ayrton Senna documentary, it's really good. If you haven't seen it, I'd suggest you go watch it. Amidst the fierce battle, Senna emerged triumphant, securing his first ever F1 championship, a testament to his remarkable talent and unwavering resolve. Why do you want me to assemble Ayrton first? Body. The legs, face, the cup, helmet. Oh look, there's his hair, visor for the helmet. Head, he hasn't got two, he's got two faces. He's got a serious face and he's got a happy face. We're gonna go serious. I always try and rush the instructions on these because I'm silly. Pepsi Max on hand. Okay, a 6-piece. Where the fuck is that? I hate putting the stickers on, I never line them up well at all. See, that's not straight. Oh well. Well, hey. I don't say Well, go on, go in there, you bastard. There was a time when I was a bit mad for Lego. Because Andor Season 2 came out, and I fucking loved it. I just bought the U-Wing, because I was like, well, it's not it's not unreasonably expensive, and I really like the show, so I thought, fuck it, I'll buy it. I'm doing this video mainly because I am rather bored of just bodybuilding content. I'm more to most bodybuilders than just bodybuilding, and even then I can't. I've always done numerous things, and sometimes, you know, I do spend a lot of time in the gym, I spend a lot of time doing food, this is my job, it's my life, but I also need to be able to get the fuck away from it sometimes. I am someone who needs multiple stimuli, and maybe that is some undiagnosed ADHD, but I doubt it because plenty of people need variety and can't do the same thing over and over without getting a little bit fucking mental. I just finished, literally this morning, Doom the Dark Ages. I'm gonna have to say, it was a little bit disappointing. The gunplay's fun, but last level, I just ended up turning the difficulty down to just hurt me plenty because I played the rest of the game on ultra violence, but it just felt like needlessly hard sometimes. Like sometimes it was easy as piss, and then other times it would just be ludicrously hard, and like the hit detection's not great. So like if you're getting absolutely twatted by like 10 enemies at once, all you have is this shield mechanic to realistically get you out of the situation. And in Eternal, you could dash around the place and there were lots of different options, and like if you needed armour, you just use your fucking flamethrower, or you'd pop a grenade and you'd feel, it'd be a lot easier in that sense in order to move around. Whereas in this, like, when people say it's slow, it's not slow, it's just more clunky. Sometimes it just felt a bit meh. And the exploring side of things, everything felt very spaced out, even in the more open-ended levels where there's lots of secrets to go and get. Like, They're not overly difficult to get. The story side of things, it's goofy. It is goofy. It's kind of fun, but at the same time, it really does outstay its welcome. I really enjoyed the more story-based side of things in the other games, especially in Eternal when they expanded the universe and they sort of took it in that direction, and you had all the sort of audio vlogs by the scientists trying to explain what the fuck he is and all this sort of shit, and humanity coming to terms with who the Doom guy really is. But in this one, there's so much lore dumping exposition that you really don't want. It just becomes all a bit fucking much. Over the top and kind of self-servicing, which obviously it should be, but some of the missions, when the dragon riding missions and the mech missions, are utterly pointless. They really don't sit in the game that well, considering they are just on rails. Especially the mech stuff, obviously people are excited to get in the mechs when you see them, be like, oh yeah, Doom guy and a giant robot. There's not much you can do with giant robot fights. As you can see in the movies that involve giant robot fights, it is literally just giant robots fighting other giant things, and it's just punching, and it's really not that exciting. It's just dodging and punching. Those could have been cutscenes, and they would have been much better, because you just want to if you're playing a Doom game, you want to play Doom. I don't want to play something which isn't Doom, and a dragon riding mission where you just shoot turrets and dodge laser beams and then try and chase ships for gold and shoot them down, and it's just annoyingly difficult to do that for the sake of a challenge. It just felt like a bit of a waste of time. It didn't really feel like it belonged in a Doom game as such, which was why I was a bit annoyed. You pay all that money for a brand new game on it, so I spent about 20 hours to finish it on a playthrough, because I died a lot. I'm not that good at video games anymore. Guys that said they played it through on Nightmare to begin with and it was easy, I was like, shut the fuck up. No you didn't. No you didn't, unless you are a pro gamer, which I'm clearly not these days. The great thing about comparing it to something like a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 took what 1 was and basically made it everything they wanted 1 to be. So they made it a hell of a lot better, whereas Dark Ages obviously sought to revamp the formula. And they did, they really did. It is a very different game to Eternal, and you feel that. But was it necessarily for the best? I'm just not sure yet. It hasn't sat long enough yet with me. But I remember when I first played Eternal, I was really excited to play it. And granted, it came out during lockdown, so there was not much else to do. But even so, it felt very distracted playing Dark Ages, and I didn't really want to crack on and just do it. Whereas with Eternal, you just want to you want to plow through the levels, and they're super fast, and you're always engaged, and there's never really that much downtime. The great thing about that game was, if you needed to backtrack and pick up a secret that you missed, you could at the end of the level. It would let you do that. But in this one, they don't allow it, which is really shit. If you miss something, you've got to replay the whole fucking level again. The fact that I'm going, oh, I've got to replay the fucking level again, sort of says a lot that it isn't as fun, especially when you play on higher difficulty. For the first time playing the game, you play it on ultra violence. Maybe it wasn't the right decision. Maybe you just want to go first playthrough, hurt me plenty, and get the power of fantasy. I know I did that with the first one, because they are actually quite difficult games. If I played the whole game through on hurt me plenty, I would have been like, this is too easy. Because when I turned the difficulty down, it made a significant difference. It was way easier, and you had a lot more, the parrying window was bigger, you had a lot more health. The disparity between the difficulty spike was very noticeable. As a standalone, it would have been a cracking game. The other problem I have with it is the parry mechanic is how you play the game. And I think a lot of people have a problem with Eternal in that you have to obviously shoot the parts off the demon in order to remove the armor, and weapon size swapping and that sort of thing, and you didn't feel like you could use one particular gun for an extended period of time. But what that meant was that in 2016, in the original, you would just stick to the super shotgun and the Gauss cannon, or another gun, because they were outrageously powerful, and you could finish the whole game with just a couple of things. When it comes to this, you just need the super shotgun. You only really need the super shotgun. You don't actually need anything else. Other guns can become useful at certain points of the game, especially when you're playing on higher difficulty. Certain enemies do lend themselves to being shot by certain things. But you just end up sticking to the same fucking guns. Melee an enemy, you get all your ammo back and that sort of thing. It's difficult to review a game when you've immediately just finished it. I think importantly, I just didn't get that same sense of like accomplishment from playing the game as I did, like say, with Eternal. And I didn't have as much fun with it. It didn't feel as cool. Don't get me wrong, the boss fights much better. But as I say, that parrying mechanic, you know, they say, oh, Eternal forced you to play a certain way. The parrying mechanic forces you to parry constantly. And like with Dark Souls, that has the parrying mechanic, where all of these other games have developed these parrying mechanics from, like God of War and all this sort of stuff. It is constant. You have to use it all the time. Whereas with Dark Souls, you didn't have to use it. Bloodborne, it helped a lot to riposte, but it felt better. So you had to learn that skill, and it was just that was it. Oh, back to. I've just finished playing Warhammer Bolt Gun as well. And that had its faults too, in that certain things didn't feel quite right, or you just get melted by enemies, especially with the DLC, but you know, any sort of DLC like that for any of the boomer shooter style games, they're notoriously difficult. So there is that to take into account. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit fatigued on the front of first person shooters, and I do really want to play. They've got a DLC out for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, that's why I've been talking about it. Or I could just go straight to that Oblivion remaster. I never actually finished Oblivion on PS3 because I was quite young at the time and it was fairly inaccessible. Once I got to those, the massive difficulty spike of the first Oblivion game, I was like, whoa, what do I do? And I don't really think the internet was too, there was not as much on YouTube as there is now. I think my internet at the time was fucking dog shit, so I wouldn't have been able to watch a video on how to get past certain things anyway. So, just money, lots of money on video games, especially when you are a homeowner. Oh, that's upside down. Paying for a mortgage. You start to realise that you need to fucking save some fucking money. That's why I haven't booked a holiday, as well as the fact I've got no one to go with. Because everybody is busy saving for a house, or had a baby, or I'm single, so I don't have anybody to go with. I do need to go check out Dubai, I think. Oh, I've just put those on and I need to pay attention because I'm going to pull them off because I missed the bits. Oh. There's no cigarette branding on that. Who the fuck comes up with this stuff? Like, how do you even think your way around this to make these parts and then go, oh yeah, well that'll slot together like this? Brains on some people. Well, they end up making toys that make lots and lots of money, but it's also a passion, really, isn't it? You're not going to be there like, yeah, I'm going to make all this as cash. You're there like, I'm going to make this because I'm a fucking nerd, and then I'll charge an appropriate amount of money for the effort I've put in to do this. That's generally how business works. Most people don't go, oh, well, that makes shitloads of money, so I'll do that. And some people are entirely motivated by money, which is fair enough, but a lot of people who are extremely successful are not motivated by it at all. They just love doing that thing. Oh yeah, I watched that Netflix thing on Fred and Rose West. And I don't know what it is about Netflix documentaries on serial killers. They never get to the heart of the issue. They never, ever get to the why. They just go, oh look, these were naughty people. And they're like, yeah, I know they were fucking naughty people, but like, why are these two killing their own children, as well as other people, torturing them, and then burying them in their house? Why are they doing that? You're not really explaining it. You're not selling it to me. You're not giving me the why. You're just giving me the, ooh, look at this freak show. Yeah, and then I watched Appropriate Adult, which is like the dramatisation of it all, with Dominic West and Emily Watson. Way fucking better. I would very much recommend that over the Netflix documentary, to be honest. So they got into a lot more of what they actually did as well and how involved Rose was, because in the Netflix documentary they don't really talk about Rose a lot. They only really talk about him, which seems a little sexist if you ask me, suggesting that a woman wasn't really involved. But apparently she was, you know, just as fucked as he was. He was way older. You could tell obviously it was like he got her into it. But then she just took on her. She really went for it, you know? And then he was like, oh, she's fucking nuts, mate. I was like, okay. You want to go home and rethink your life. Except death sticks are very nice. I love how that's just a direct allegory for cigarettes, and the guy's just selling space cigarettes to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you're there like, bruv, do you not just buy these in a shop? Like, you know. And why are they called death sticks? Who's genuinely buying something called a death stick? And then that goes on the front. It's quite big. The nose. Alright, we'll pause it there, because I'm rushing. Went to Tesco, did a big shop. It's now like, what, 4 in the afternoon? Fuck me. We shall continue. Like that. Oh, I just saw that Lando Norris just won the Monaco Grand Prix, which is good for him. I do like Lando. I don't follow F1 too closely these days, but I just watch it on Drive to Survive when it comes out because it's much fucking easier than sitting through everything. Bag 4. Guess who ran out of storage halfway through that video? Oh well, it's done. I had a really good time doing that. I am absolutely shattered down, probably need to go outside and touch some grass. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed it or if it was really boring. And if it was, then I probably will do it again to bore the shit out of you. But yeah, if I do ever have any more Lego, I will just like record it and build it because it's fun to involve people sometimes, isn't it? Anyway, I'll see you in the next video regardless. Bye.